Hi, my name is Phillis Wheatley, and I was born in 1753. I arrived in Boston by ship in July of 1761. I was brought to America from Africa, so people do not know my birth date. At the time, many children were brought from Africa to be sold as slaves. John Wheatley bought me so that I would care for his wife Susanna. As we exited the dock, Susanna saw the name Phillis on the side of the boat that I was brought on and decided to name me Phillis after the ship. Later on, Mary, the Wheatley's daughter, wanted to be a teacher and decided to teach me how to read and write. Along the way, I learned Latin. I started getting sick again from asthma, and it kept me in bed for a while. I began to write letters about my feelings because it would make me feel better. When I turned 12, I was writing poems about the Wheatleys and their religion. Often people would invite me to their houses to read my poems for entertainment. My education and writing skills were very unusual, as slaves were usually forbidden to learn how to read or write. I got sick again in the winter of 1772 from asthma and tuberculosis. During that time, I decided to write a book on poems on various subjects, religious and moral, which was the first book of poetry published by an African American in the country. When the Wheatleys neared their own deaths, I was freed from slavery and married soon after. The Boston News chose to write about my marriage to my husband, John Peters, and my life was getting even more complicated, because my husband refused to pay cotton for his employer and was sent to jail for his debt. Meanwhile, I started getting very sick and weak again because of my asthma. During this time, I decided to write my last poem to my mother, my father, and my infant son. On December 5th, 1884, I died in Boston at age 31. 2 years after I died, my second book was published, and here are some of my famous quotes. Night's leading skeptic chills my drowsy eyes, and sees my sun so fair o'er rise.